Many people hear about Buddhism and assume it teaches reincarnation, the idea that we are reborn into new lives, carrying our souls from one body into the next. And while this might sound familiar from Hindu or New Age beliefs, Buddhism actually takes a different approach, and most people miss this. The Buddhist concept is more accurately described as transmigration, and it doesn't involve an eternal soul at all. Instead, it's more like a chain reaction of causes and effects, which build momentum and continue on in a certain direction beyond death. But what actually gets reborn? And if there's no soul, what moves from one life to another? Let's break this down. One of the key teachings in Buddhism is no self. Unlike many religions that assume we have a permanent, unchanging soul, Buddhism actually teaches that what we think of as self is actually a loose collection of temporary experiences, thoughts, and feelings. There's actually no core you that exists separate and independent from everything else, certainly not moment to moment, let alone across lifetimes. Think of it this way. Imagine lighting a candle from the flame of another candle. The second candle now burns. Would you say it's exactly the same flame? No. But yet, the first candle did directly influence the second. And this is how rebirth or reincarnation works in Buddhism. It's not that you move from one body to the next, but rather the collected energy, the loose aggregation of your thoughts, your actions, and karma just continues on in the same direction forward, giving rise to a new existence that's very similar. This process is called dependent origination. That's the technical term from the early Buddhist texts. It's just pointing at cause and effect, that every effect arises due to causes, certain specific conditions. Now, karma is a word that gets thrown around a lot, but in Buddhism it simply means action, an intentional action, the cause and effect related to an intentional action. Your thoughts, words, and deeds do create karmic imprints, you could say, shaping not just your current experience, but also what happens later, like after death. It's not a system of reward and punishment. It's just a natural process of cause and effect. But again, if there's no self, why does it even matter? At first, it might seem like some strange paradox. If there's no self, why should we worry about what happens after we die? The answer is that while you don't carry over as a fixed entity, the consequences of your actions do. Like waves in a pond, your actions ripple outward. Your energy ripples outward into the rest of existence, influencing what comes next, even beyond one single lifetime. Think of it like planting seeds in a garden. You might not be the same exact person in your next life. It's not that you have the exact same soul or the exact same mind, but the seeds you plant now will determine what kind of things grow in the future. What you do or don't do will influence future experiences. Ultimate goal in Buddhism isn't just a better rebirth, though. It's not, hey, maybe if I behave really well this time, I can be born better next time. It's more about liberation from the entire cycle altogether. There is a cycle going on of birth and death. and rebirth, and death again. Everything ending in old age, sickness, death, birth, rebirth. This whole cycle is called samsara. And what fuels it, according to Buddhist philosophy, what fuels this whole cycle is attachment, craving, and ignorance. Buddhist rebirth or transmigration is different from the idea of reincarnation found in other traditions like Hinduism. There is no permanent soul hopping from body to body. What continues is just a stream of causes and effects, a collection of causes and effects shaped by your actions, shaped by your karma. If you can understand this concept, it can change the way you think about life and death, and even personal responsibility. So, next time someone asks you if Buddhists believe in reincarnation, you can tell them, not exactly, but the truth is even stranger.